Wolfgang, we back in this thing, man. Hope y'all having a blessed day so far. Look, today I got 4 signs that she's worth fighting for. I know on my channel I talk a lot about the women you should avoid and the type of woman that will bring drama and stress to your life. But there's also women out there where if you have a good one, you should try to fight for it, man. Because a lot of dudes feel like it's plenty of fish in the sea. But just think about that statement, right? Think about a real sea. It's fish in there, but what else is in the sea? Sharks, crabs, poisonous shit that will mess you up, right? Same in the dating market. It's fish in the sea, but it's also sharks in that motherfucker, right? It's women out here who will do you dirty and do you cold. So don't, and I have to remind this of myself too a lot of times. Like, don't just think it's just a bunch of options out there. Because yeah, there's a bunch of people out there, but in terms of quality options, it's very few. All right. So I got 4 signs, man. 4 signs where if you notice any of these signs with a woman that you're dealing with, hey man, she might be worth keeping, right? She might be worth fighting for. So the first one, if you trust her, if both of y'all trust each other, it's hard to have a relationship or just be with somebody in general, even if it's family, just being around somebody if you can't trust them. If you always gotta wonder and look over your shoulder and think, what they may or may not be doing, then you're going to be stressed out all the time, right? It's no peace in that. It's no peace in wondering, oh, is she talking to a dude? Oh, where's she at? Is she really with her girls? Is she really at the club? Is she really on a girls trip? Like, when you start to question yourself like that, you're going to drive yourself insane. So, if you're able to trust the woman, if you're able to trust your girl, the chick you're dealing with, then keep that in mind because that counts for something. It's hard to find people out here to trust. Going back to plenty fish in the sea, yes, it's fish in there, but it's not a lot that you could trust, right? So when you do find somebody where you're able to trust, hold on tight, brother. Next one. If both of y'all core values align, then she's worth fighting for. Meaning, y'all not going to agree on everything, right? Everybody has disagreements, but if those differences are minor, that's okay. If the core value remains the same, if both of y'all want kids, both of y'all want marriage, both of y'all want exclusivity, if y'all both want the same things, keep her around. Because a lot of times out here, man, a lot of relationships and people who date, it don't work because people want 2 different things. One person want a commitment, one person want to be single. One person want kids, one person don't, right? One person's spiritual, one person's not. So when you have those differences in core values, it makes it difficult. So if you have the same values, keep her around. Because again, it's not a lot of people who gonna share the same values as you. Next, if when things get tough, you still are committed to her, she's a keeper. That means you love her. That means you care about her. Because think about it, dudes, when they get in an argument with their girls, they don't really care what they do. Let me see where the hoes at, right? They go try to look for something to occupy themselves or whatever. But if when you guys have an argument or if you guys are going through a difficult stretch and you still love her, right? You don't go out looking for another girl. You stick by her. Y'all, you just tough it out. Y'all work on it together. She's a keeper. Because again, a lot of people would just up and leave. They don't want to work on relationships these days. It's too easy just to leave, right? They find it too hard to water the grass, right? They just rather go on the other side where they think the grass is greener instead of watering the grass, right? Watering the relationship, watering what you and her got going on to make it grow. So if you committed to that, whether you're mad at her or not, if you still love her, she's a keeper. She's a keeper. Next one, and the last one, the number 4th sign that she's worth fighting for is you can be your truest self. The hardest thing for people to be, even in relationships, is their self. Because, nowadays, I hate to say it, but a lot of these modern women want you got to be this way. You got to make 6 figures. You got to have 6 inches, right? You got to be 6 feet. What they say? you got to have all these different requirements these days. And it's like, a lot of times some women, not all, some women don't accept you for your true self. It's like, sometimes women like the idea of being in a relationship or being with you. But once they get in it and they finally see how you are, then they may not like it, right? They might not accept the true you. Now, here's the thing though. If you're being a bum, if you have no purpose, if you have no ambition, then she's not and she shouldn't accept, the true you, right? Because the true you is through. The true you ain't even trying to do nothing with yourself. Nobody should accept that, right? So I don't mean she just accept you being lazy, being a bum. No. Because when a person love you, they going to accept you for who you are, but they also going to try to, elevate you, bring you to new places, help you better yourself because they love you. So when a woman love you, she going to accept the truest part of you in terms of just how you are. Like, dudes be like, oh, how he get with her? How the big dude get her? Well, she accept him for who he was. She didn't care about his looks. She didn't want a super muscular guy, right? Dudes be like, oh, damn, he's short. How he get a baddie? Well, she doesn't care for tall people. She accept him for his height, right? And that's how he got her. So, when you got a girl that accepts you for you, the best version of you, then she's worth fighting for. Alright? Alright, that was 4 signs, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Give me some feedback. If you made it this far, I want you to type she's worth it. Because it's some good women out here. Believe it or not. Not every girl is out here on TikTok, dropping it like it's hot. Not every girl is out here taking bathroom counter pictures in the mirror, trying to show their butt. Not every woman's out here doing those type of things. It's a lot of good women out here. But I'm going to throw this in there. You will attract what you are. So if you keep getting these bad little, 304s, these girls that don't got nothing going for themselves, then you got to look in the mirror. Because chances are, it's something about you that's attracting these 304s. That's attracting these girls with no goals. That's attracting these girls with no souls. So, hey, remember, you are what you attract. You are what you attract. All right, man. That's it. Till next video.